I'm a bit annoyed because I've asked him 100 times. And he said he didn't want to come.
So Amanda, you've not been a member of BNI that long, is that right? It's about 2 months, isn't it?
That is correct. Yes. I had the go ahead on the 22nd of July this year to say that I'm in.
So you've been to, what's that, probably about 10 meetings now, I'd say, roughly?
Yeah, probably about that. I haven't actually been counting them, but yeah, I've been to quite a few.
Yeah.
So I've been practicing my 60 seconds quite a few times.
And in that time, you've had quite a few visitors that you've brought to BNI.
Well, as far as the numbers show, yes.
So how many is that?
So I have actually counted. So shall we go with the ones that I've got booked in? Because I've got another 3 coming.
You've got another 3 coming this week.
Sorry, I've had 2 this month and another one this week. So
2
that's
this
not
month and
actually
1
in the
this week. So this
numbers.
is in the
So
second week of September now. So you're on 3 for September.
already, yeah.
And you've
Is
got
that
another
good?
3 booked in.
Mm.
And how many did you have in
I've
August?
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've had 7 visitors since I've been with BNI.
Wow.
I've been apparently I'm in the top 5 for the region of having 5, but I think I booked in the first 2 in July.
So you had 2 in July.
2 in July,
5 in August.
5 in August, and
You've
so
already
far,
had 3 in September in the first 2 weeks, and you've got another 3 booked in.
I haven't got another 3 booked in, sorry. No, 3 in
Ah,
September in total.
3 in September in total.
Yeah, but I have got another one who's letting me know tomorrow, who's coming
Right.
this week, if she can get childcare.
So you asked me if that's normal for
Yeah,
BNI to have that many visitors as a new member, and I told you it's not.
it's not.
BNI would love that to be normal. They'd love new members to come in and do that. So can you tell me first of all, what's your category and what's your region?
Okay, so my chapter, so I think the region's the West Midlands. I'm still getting used to and finding my feet with BNI. So, I might say a wrong region or whatever, but West Midlands, although I live in the West Midlands in Quinton, my chapter is in Kidderminster.
Right.
She's Worcestershire, which I think is the same region anyway. So, yeah, I am the chapter business consultant and coach.
Okay.
I'm happy to say. Really enjoying it, bossing everyone around. Well, not quite, but yeah, I've had a great time. And business coaching consultancy is quite new to me. Because I'm originally a dog behavioural trainer and have coached people to be dog behavioural trainers. So my new company is business coaching.
I imagine there's a lot of crossover between training dogs and training people.
Well, you can't train a dog without training a person, right? It's impossible.
That's
Absolutely
true, yes,
impossible.
because you're not really training the dog, you're training the owner.
Yeah.
The
You're
dog.
training both, but you train the owner more than the dog because dogs read energy and they're so sensory. They can pick everything up that you're feeling and what you're saying. It's just that dogs can't always understand because people aren't clear enough. They use the English language to a dog, but the dog doesn't understand English language. They just know some words and some phrases. But yeah, transferable to helping businesses with their business. So yeah, so that's what I do.
Okay. So in terms of the number of visitors that you've had in BNI, how did you manage that? How did you get your first visitor, for example?
Well, first of all, I had no idea that there was a certain number of visitors. I had just started really, so I was doing quite a lot of training, and I had an idea, but it hadn't kind of resonated with me that I had to bring 1 visitor a month. I just knew that bringing visitors to my chapter was a good thing. And I think one of the things that I did, and I'm still doing, is that because I'm new and quite excited, I get quite excited like a little child really. And I'm talking to people, and I think that comes across, but I didn't know that at the time. because when the committee on my chapter was saying, well, how do you do it? We ask people to come and, we don't find it that easy. I actually went back to some of the visitors that came and I asked them. And one of the gentlemen in mind who came, he said, well, it was your energy. Your energy really came across. And actually, this particular person attended another networking company with one of the people in my BNI chapter. He went with that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they have already connected. This person said to me, well, I'm a bit annoyed because I've asked him 100 times. And he said he didn't want to come. So I think what it was, combination of me getting to know them more and understanding how, this opportunity could help them. Definitely that.
So your invites, are you doing it face to face over the phone or online?
A combination. So first of all, it was face to face. So the two first visitors that I bought were lovely ladies, and I'd met them in other business networking events, not BNI. And then we kind of clicked. Some people we click with, some people we don't click with as well. And then we had some good conversations, just really down to earth. And I invited them. We became friends and I invited them. They came along. So that was the first two. The second one was the gentleman I mentioned to you about, he was working in another BNI, not BNI, sorry, it was another networking. One of the visitors was already a BNI member, but it was in the category that we were looking for in our BNI. And it was one of the ones that doesn't get to travel often. So I actually mentioned it to him that it might be something that he would benefit from and perhaps want to do if he doesn't get around very much. So he went for it. Yeah, definitely got great energy. Somebody else in BNI had referred the next visitor to me.
Oh, so you had a visitor recommended to you from another member in a different chapter?
Yeah, when we were looking for specific categories. Yeah, I'd sent some business his way, and obviously you get to know people pretty well. And he'd sent quite a few people actually for me, so that was really good.
So are you getting around different chapters then? You're going into different groups, or are you just having
I'm
one-to-one?
going into different groups, definitely. Yeah. So what I do is obviously I attend my meeting every week, and then my goals are to get to another meeting every week as well.
Also, you're going to an additional meeting every week when you can?
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
Hopefully early morning one, because my daughter is homeschooled, so she's at home. And then she'll probably be asleep at that time. So then, so then she'll go off to someone's house, whether it be a godparents or a nanny's, throughout the day if I need to go out and have a meeting face to face. So that's one of my objectives. Yeah, I've attended quite a few of those. Met some fantastic people. I just love networking. I just absolutely love networking. It's something that I've found that's actually quite new to me, and I don't know. I think it's just something that I've just found natural in a way.
It's a good idea because it expands your network, and then, as you say, people who put other businesses, other people in touch with you, they're coming directly to you then, which makes visitor inviting much easier because you're getting the contacts coming to you. What do you do on social media to invite visitors?
Right. Well, I have to thank you for this one, Darren, because
It wasn't a leading question, honest.
No, it just worked out that way. So I came across I think it was your podcast with Ivan Misner. And then I Googled you, and then I found your you got a download for inviting visitors.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find the best way of, I'd call it cold calling, So you contact somebody through Facebook Messenger, or you find someone on Facebook. And I followed your tips and techniques, and out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of the 7, it got me 2 visitors.
Wow.
And there are a couple more interested still that I'm still you call it follow up, but I call it keeping in contact with someone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pipeline. It's like a sales funnel. So the more people you
Definitely.
reach out to, they're not all going to say straight away, yes, I want to go. If you
Yeah,
keep in contact and you keep the conversation going, you might get one of those
yeah,
visitors in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months' time.
absolutely. And just forming connections. And not every time you contact someone, you say, look at this, or buy this, or do you want to come
Yeah.
to this?
Yeah, because they hear that all the time, don't they? Buy this, and nobody
Well,
wants
yeah,
to hear that.
it's
Yeah.
just too pushy, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Just people getting to know you. I think I'm quite open, kind of character,
Hmm.
in terms of I let people get to know me quite easily. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, and then that's obviously how you build relationships as well. So that works quite well. One thing I do want to share with you, actually, Darren, is that obviously I've had some great results since I've been a member of BNI, but last week I felt there was a bit of a block
Hmm.
with my inviting visitors, and I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to take the opportunity to share this with you so that anybody else that's listening might get something from this, or they might feel. So the reason I say block is because last week, when I had the recognition for being one of the top 5 visitor invites to my chapter, I it was a shock to me. I didn't know that was going to happen, but also I thought it was great. And then the next day, I think I put a little bit of pressure on myself to say, right, I need to keep this up. Yeah. So then, feeling under pressure, I put a bit too much pressure on myself, thinking, who am I going to contact next? Who? And I think that changed things for me slightly, because before it was very natural. So I was looking at people that I'd met, or I'd seen online, or I'd Googled, and I could see their business, and that I could see this opportunity being an opportunity for them. So I wasn't really under pressure. And it was a light bulb moment for me last week, because it stopped me for inviting people, if that makes sense. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gone back to the people that I've come across, and I think this would be a great opportunity for them. Then I asked them to come to the meeting. And
Hmm.
obviously, especially ones that would work well with our chapter as well, and the businesses in the members.
Hmm. It's a great way to look at it, because there's too many people, when they invite visitors to BNI, they think, I'm asking you to do me a favor. Can you come along and be a visitor for me? I'd
Uh,
really appreciate it.
Big
And then
mistake.
some
Mm.
members even then say, I'll pay for you. I'll pay the
Oh
fee for
yeah.
you. And if you get a
Mm.
lot of visitors, that's going to bankrupt you. That's going to be
Yeah.
quite expensive. But
Yeah.
what you said there, you're offering them an opportunity. It's their opportunity to meet other businesses who could
Mm.
potentially become their clients, who could
Mm.
become their referral partners, who could help
Yeah.
them. You're
And
not
don't you
asking
think
them to do
that?
you a favor. You're offering them the chance
Yeah,
to do
yeah, and I
something.
genuinely see the opportunity for them
Hmm.
to make a great return on their investment.
Yeah.
And don't you think as well that when we talk about paying for someone, if somebody pays for something, they've invested in something already, haven't they? And they're more likely to be more interested and actually turn up
Yeah.
to the meeting, because I've offered for things for free in the past, and it just doesn't seem to have the same kind of results.
Yeah. You need skin in the game.
You need skin in the game,
If there's
yeah.
no
And I
skin in the
think
game, it's no value to you. It's no harm you not
yeah,
doing it.
it's a nice offer, I think, but I don't think that it's very good in business.
No, it's not. No. No.
So yeah.
And as a last point, if you had any advice for anybody who was just joining BNI for the first time, looking to invite visitors and get on it, what would you suggest to them?
Well, first of all, I would also, I'd also get out to other networking companies. you know, whether they be fortnightly or monthly, because that's what I did. And then I organically brought them into my meetings as well. So that's one thing. Get onto the training, definitely onto the training. I would 100% recommend for them to listen to your podcast, Darren, and to also, you know, to download your visitor inviting sheet, and then get you on LinkedIn to ask you questions if there's anything sort of outside the box or anything like that. Because obviously it's great to have those things written down, but you might come across something and you think, well, I'm not quite sure what to do here. Or how do I take this conversation? Where do I take this conversation? So yeah, those are the things, and just keep positive, and also think about an opportunity for someone else.
That's a
Because
great
if
way to
you
look at
think
it.
about opportunities for someone else, not only are you doing an amazing thing, but you're also thinking about opportunities for yourself. You know, again, it's givers gain. They're going to look out for you, and when you look out for them.
Fantastic.
But isn't
Fantastic
it a
advice.
wonderful thing to offer something to someone that they never knew about? Yeah, that can bring them massive reward.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks a lot.